that you face with IATI publication or getting people to publish in IATI?
I think the biggest challenge in publishing IATI for a lot of organizations is that it starts as it's a small requirement and it sounds very technical. And so they send some IT person or a monitoring evaluation person, like, just do it. And then they find out step by step that it actually involves a lot more than that. It touches upon everything in the organization sometimes. So that's really a difficulty of getting organizations to understand how much it might impact their work. And I also think that's what's the interesting thing about IATI. It really forces organizations to become a lot more explicit about how their financial and their results information combines, and being able to be more transparent about what progress you make or what results you achieve.
Can I add a question over here? The people who need to publish in IATI, what is that you would like to let them know to make successful publication?
Call us. Yeah, I think the main thing is to make sure that there is really buy-in at the management level as well, so that you have a way of making sure that everybody who needs to be involved at some point in the process can also get involved. So maybe more concrete, like if it's the first few publications that we did with organizations, we often worked, like I said, with somebody from the IT department who did an export from a project management system. But that's not the person who can judge whether the amounts are right or whether the result indicators are actually right. And it's also not the person who can then go to the finance manager, usually not the person who can go to the finance manager and say, like, hey, you need to help me. You need somebody from the management level usually to be able to talk to the finance managers, like, yeah, you guys need to do something as well.
Yeah, and despite all of these challenges, what is that inspires you to continue working on IATI, the tooling and the service?
I think the main reason why I like this in the grander perspective, the bigger perspective, is because it does really change how organizations organize themselves. I think the internal management, the internal information management and internal knowledge and all these kinds of things really improve once you get serious about wanting to publish data every quarter. And so that has its implications on how management can work with the data in the organization in a larger scale. So it's sort of a starting point or a stick sometimes to actually get to lots of improvement in information management in organizations.
Is there anything else that you want to add? Any last comments or thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's also, sometimes it looks that the IATI is a little bit in isolation, that it's something on its own. And I think it's also, like I said, it's interesting because it has an impact on everything else in the organization, or it can have. I think it's also interesting to see how it could be used in combination with other data. For instance, to see how we're doing on development towards the Sustainable Development Goals. So not use IATI in isolation, although my main work right now is working with IATI in isolation.
Thank you.